Much love. Back to lift those spirits. And I want us to take our spiritual life serious. Because the deeper I go, the deeper one goes, the more serious I know life really is when it comes to our spirituality. So that's why I always call on that protection from our great creator for ourselves, from ourselves. And if you're listening to the sound of my voice, I know you're a powerful brother and a powerful sister. And I know you're doing great because you're alive and breathing. And you alive and here for another day to be better, stronger, and teach ourselves and teach others. Because we're living in some very, not always fragile, but sometimes fragile times. So we have to stay ready so we don't have to get ready. Not being in a paranoid state, but just being true to ourselves and being aware of our surroundings and ourselves. Because I'll say time and time again, you can't begin to know other people's minds unless we know our own. And always got to give them honors to keep that universe aligned. Honor thy ancestors, my mom, my dad. My mom's still alive and vibrant. And may my dad rest in peace and in power. And the same with my grandparents. May they rest in peace and in power. And any one of you that may have family that have passed, anyone you held dear, may they rest in peace and in power. And for those of our loved ones that are alive, may they prosperous and be powerful, and we all overcome our challenges. That's why I'm sending that good energy out there. We gotta keep this spiritual momentum going and take oneself above, out and above everything. Out and above everything. I pause right there for a minute because I want you to ponder that. Take oneself above everything. And it's very important. And when I say above everything, I don't mean you don't overlook challenges and things that we have to be accountable for within ourselves, and make sure we make others hold them, not make them, but, teach others to take accountability for themselves. That's why a lot of things, when you want to stay rooted spiritually, that's when you have to rise above. One must always be above everything that's toxic, negative, stagnant, stronghold, jealousy, hate, envy, self-hate, anything that stop anything that's trying to come through our system pure. We must stop and rise above it and think good thoughts, live long life, no matter what. And even through the storms. But storms are only storms if we perceive them to be storms. And what I've learned from a great teacher, and I've learned from a lot of great teachers, brothers and sisters, salute. There are challenges. There are never storms. And the stronger you get, my brother, my sister, the deeper you go, the more you know, and the stronger you will get. And you will be able to build up your intuition, your discernment. When you practice on being above, when you take oneself above everything, and don't ever let anything insignificant stop you when you're reaching your truth. Because we all have different journeys. We all have different ways of going at that truth. But as long as that's what we're going after, and we're not clout chasing, and we're not trying to get validation, not trying to bring someone down to bring oneself up, which is stupid. That's something I would never understand in individuals who have self-hate. In the end, if you do that and you try to move on after you done stumped over someone to get where you want to get, I guess, if you are unaware, then you won't know that karma when it comes. Because many of us that have had karma, we know better. So, and a lot of us study that law of attraction. And law of attraction is real. It's nothing that just sounds good and deep and spiritual and cosmetic. And no, law of attraction is real. Cause and effect, negative, positive. So I really, and I heard a teacher say this too, and I've said this many times, when you have a love for lifting those, brothers, sisters, anyone deemed to get that spirit lifted and educated. And when you see potential in those, and when you see those suffer, when they can be in their higher self and they choose to not be in their higher self, it's a sad, sad state of affairs, when you have compassion and love for those. But at the same time, we have to stay strong within our spirituality. We can't let people, places, things penetrate what we have built all our lives, soldiers and soldierettes. Salute. So we have to love them from a distance. And if we can keep pecking away, but we don't push ourselves. We don't force no one to walk in that truth, because the truth is there. And like I said, I've said this many times. I haven't said this in a long time, but we as brothers and sisters, people, we are not dumb. We are intelligent individuals, but some of us choose not to see the truth. But the truth is going to be there. Truth is not going nowhere. That's the thing about the truth. It's nothing you can do to erase the truth, and whatever that truth is. If it's real, genuine, natural, from the pit of the soul, there's nothing you can do to get rid of it. You can deny it. You can walk around it. You can try to go over it, but you can't go through it. But the only thing you do have to go through is a little bit of confusion, discomfort, maybe a little isolation. Because again, like I said in a podcast, and I might have said in some videos, the Creator, when you're seeking truth and He know you're real within, He's going to get you by yourself. He's going to get you by yourself, and He's going to give you the tools you need, and He's going to give you the knowledge you need when we receive and we take those moments and listen. And a lot of times He's all, the great Creator, universe, Mother Nature, that higher power speaks to all of us. I don't care who we are. Some of us just ignore it. But there's a lot of us that don't ignore it. We got a lot of powerful brothers and sisters out there. And I mean within my family, outside of my family, I've learned to notice those that have that, that true love within. And just, I know who makes mistakes sometimes and who has self-hate. That's what walking in truth and studying spirituality will do. You will start being able to know who's who. You won't be confused anymore. Like I've said this, and I'm sure a lot of teachers and brothers and sisters say this. We should never be in confusion. And if we are, we stop, take those moments and see where the confusion is coming from, why you're getting the confusion. We should never feel those kind of energies. Any kind of toxic, unwanted energies, anything that make us feel uneasy, study that area, because we can't. This walk has been too rough. It's been, for some of us, it's still a battle. So we gotta always reflect. That's something I always teach. Reflection will always keep you grounded. I know I've said that before. Don't mean to sound like a broken record, but it's important. Reflection gives you lessons from your past for a brighter future, and not just for yourself, for those that are connected to you, like your family, friends, brothers and sisters that you care about, anybody that you're connected to righteously. So that's why oneself, that's why I say take oneself above everything, anything that's petty. You have to, I've said this before too, we have to learn to look over the horizon. And some things you just have to let go if we want to rise, and we do want to be above everything. And again, I'll say, When I say everything, that means having a clear view, a broad picture of the whole world, and not just looking at little small insignificant things that are just right before us. We got to look beyond that, look deeper. And when we look deeper into things, I'm talking about TV, the world, social media, different individuals that sometimes come into this media that's a distraction. But when you study discernment, when you stay within your spirit and you stay real within yourself, you will see things that just it'll be so wowing that you just keep it to yourself. That's why you have to study the art of observation. Studying the art of observation and scenarios and things like that, you'll hear me talk about that a lot. Instincts and impulses. It will save us so much heartache, ladies and gentlemen, if we study in those areas. And I'll say, I didn't go to college. I don't have a degree. I'm not this expert on the psyche and the mind, but I have been studying. I've researched, I've listened to other teachers, brothers and sisters. That's the thing. Oneself, if you want to be powerful, if you want to grow, if you want to be on your higher self, you have to receive and listen. And we can't get stuck in thinking we know everything, because when we do that, we have literally stopped our walk. So to keep our walk continuous and keep us strong and keep us moving, open up that mind, open up that pineal gland, and let that creator give you that power, or show us that power that a lot of us have. And I will always say that a lot of us have that great power within us, great things within us. It just, we have to take the initiative to bring it out. You have to do things to bring it out of us. You'd be surprised what you can manifest when you really invest in yourself, in your mind, and you take the time to observe other individuals' minds and ways of teaching and ways of thinking. It's a beautiful thing. It's really unique when you really, really get to know the human mind, the body, and the spirit. And you really get a more clear understanding of life and things around you. So that's what I mean when I say take oneself above everything. And try your best, my brothers and sisters, my kings and queens, soldiers and soldierettes, salute, friends, families, anybody that I'm connected to. Always try your best to think good thoughts, and you'll live long life. Because when you keep yourself in a good, righteous space, you age gracefully. And I mean, even like I said, I'm not an expert, but I've heard statistics on how people think can have a lot to do with their body. Because you've heard me say, ladies and gentlemen, the body always follows the mind. And you don't have to have a degree or to know that. That's facts. Wherever the mind goes, the body goes. I mean, we see it all the time. We see it on social media. We see it in the world. We see impulses all day, every day. And we see where a lot of individuals, which is sad now, because I don't dump on people's hardships and things that they go through, because we don't know where individuals are in their state of their mind, why they do some of the things they do. And I'm kind of speaking on the young generation and some adults, because unfortunately we do have some grown adolescents that's doing just ignorant things on social media and in the world. Because I don't always want to just personalize it down to social media, because it's a way bigger, broader world outside this social media. And that's why I came up with, we have to take oneself above everything, and really stay in tune with ourselves so we can help one another. Because we have a lot of, some people out there, and I say brother or sister, that's really going through a really tough, challenging time. And I'm talking within their mind, some in their lives too. But in our minds is where the hardest, toughest battle is for all of us. Because when we have confusion in our mind, it is very, very challenging to fight obstacles on the outside. That's why you will hear me and many other brothers and teachers we always talk about that psyche, that brain, because that's where the good qualities, that's where the good things and positive and good energy can stem from. When we educate our psyche, when we pay attention to our behavior. And I'm speaking on oneself too, and this, like I've said, that's what we have to teach. The things that kind of make us uncomfortable and things we feel like we don't want to deal with. Those are the things that we should run to, because those are the things that can hold us back and not reaching our higher self. So again, I'll say, you haven't, if you're struggling, if you feeling some kind of way, go to the Creator. Don't feel weird about it. Go to that higher power and ask for that strength. I do it all the time, and be confident about it. And you don't even have to talk. Just close your eyes and meditate and think the things that you want to come into existence, and do this on a regular, or when you can, because I'm not going to act like I do it every day. But when I do feel oneself come into a little confusion or dealing with a challenging area, that's when I go to that higher power, or I go to Mother Nature. I just did a video a couple of days ago where I went to the park, and you have to do things like that. You can't just sit, you can't waddle in pity, you can't waddle in hurdles and obstacles. No, you get your ass up and you go to your Creator and you strengthen yourself and you overcome that challenge. You don't ever let no challenge overcome you, because you can't get to that light. There's no such thing as a light if you give up that fight. And you never know if you have a good blessing right before you. So that's why we can never give up. That's why we have to stay with our Creator. We have to research things, read books, or listen. I always say this, listen to other teachers. Anything to keep you uplifted and keep you disciplined and taking accountability for ourselves. Anything that's good and wholesome for the spirit, mind, and body. Stay with it, my soldiers and soldierettes. Salute. Because we can't miss those blessings. And remember, there are those that are connected to us. So we got to think about that too. So that's my message, and that's what was in my spirit, my brothers and sisters, because it's just so much shit going on. And that's why, I have my challenges too, and that's why I've learned to take oneself above everything and think good thoughts, live long life, and you stay with the Creator. You stay studying yourself and those around you. And I promise, my soldiers and soldierettes, salute, everything will be all right, because the Creator always protect the righteous. Remember that. Never forget that. I always say that, and I say it for a reason. So I call down protection on anyone that's might be having a little trouble, via physical life or spiritually. Stay with it. Keep studying. My mom says this, and sometimes in my life it has been true. Everything does happen for a reason. There's no such thing as coincidences. If you're stepping into a new power and certain things are happening, it's supposed to happen. Study on it. Like I say, when you have dreams, research it. Little things that happen in our lives, research it. If you're feeling some energy, some negative energy, something that's unwanted coming into you, research it, study it, see why you're getting it, pinpoint it. And that's how you will be able to conquer every challenge. So that's my message. That's my positive thought. That's my real thought. And I give honor to my family. I give honor to my children, my children's mothers, all the teachers, brothers and sisters, friends, all over the world. May you have peace in your part of the world, wherever you are, right now.